Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I have a video on the career of Henrik Lundqvist. So I'll start off. He was drafted in the 2000 draft, 205th overall in the 7th round, 8th pick in the 7th round, by the New York Rangers. He played his entire career for the Rangers, even though he signed to Washington as of years ago now. And he retired recently, so I thought, but when better than now to do a video on it. So it took him 5 years to get the NHL. His first game, his first season, 05-06, 53 games played, 30 wins, 21 losses, 9 overtime or shootout losses, 2.24 goals against average, 922 save percentage, 2 shutouts on the season, that season. The next season, 2006-2007, 70 games played, 37 wins, 22 losses, 8 overtime or shootout losses, 2.34 goals against average, 917 save percentage, and 5 shutouts. Next season, 2007-2008, 27 games played, 72 games played, 37 wins, 24 losses, 10 overtime or shootout losses, 2.23 goals against average, 912 save percentage, with 10 shutouts on the season. 2008-2009, 70 games played, 38 wins, 25 losses, 7 overtime or shootout losses, 2.43 goals against average, 916 save percentage, 3 shutouts on the season. And he is a fantastic goaltender at this stage. That's 4 seasons in. He's one of the best, as he will be throughout his career. Next season, 2008-2009, another season of 70 games played, 35 wins, 74 losses, 27 losses, 10 overtime or shootout losses, 2.38 goals against average, 921 save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season. Next season, 2010-2011, the 68 games played, 36 wins, 27 losses, 5 overtime or shootout losses, 2.28 goals against average, 923 save percentage, 11 shutouts. He amasses a lot of shutouts in his career. In a lot of seasons of being a fantastic goaltender for many, many years. Ever since about here, he's been one of the best goaltenders in the league. Ever since he came into the league, he's been the best goaltender. One of the best that's been there. He's probably the best Rangers player to ever play the game. I will flat out say that. It's a shame he never won a cup. He's been to the finals. He's been to the conference finals multiple times, as I'll get into. Next season, which is 62 games played, 39 wins, 18 losses, 5 overtime shootout losses, 1.97 goals against average, 930 save percentage, 8 shutouts. That wins himself the Vezina that year, after many years of being top 5 in Vezina voting. He's just an absolute unit out there, winning games for New York Rangers that they shouldn't be winning. He is the New York Rangers. He is their best player on the ice. Always has been. Ever since he's been playing, he's been the best player on the ice. That's just how he is. And that's about that. Next season, on 12-13, which is a lockout shortened season, he played 34 games out of 48. So, playing a lot of games. 24 wins, 12 losses, 3 overtime or shootout losses, 2.05 goals against average, 926 save percentage, with 2 shutouts that season. Fantastic season. Next year, 13-14, 63 games played, 33 wins, 24, 24 losses, 5 overtime shootout losses, 2.36 goals against average, 920 save percentage, with 5 shutouts on the season. He's had 3 years in a row of, could it be 3 years in a row of 5 shutouts? 5 shutouts in the season. 15 shutouts in 3 years. That's fantastic for this stage. 15-16. 14-15. 46 games played, 30 wins, 13 losses, 3 overtime or shootout losses, 2.25 goals against average, 922 save percentage with another season of 5 shutouts. Next season, it was 15-16, 65 games played, 35 wins, 12 overtime or shootout losses, 7 overtime shootout losses, 21 losses in regulation time. 2.48 goals against average, 920 save percentage, 4 shutouts. This next season is the first season where you can conceivably say it's a drop in play for Henrik Lundqvist. Well, he's getting on in age, so you'd expect that from him. You expect that from any player. It's going to happen at some point with every player. Considering he's 39 now. Yeah, 33 years old, that's usually when they'll start to decline. So, 57 games played, 13 wins, 20 overtime or shootout losses, 4 losses in overtime or shootout, 2.74 goals against average, 910 save percentage, 2 shutouts on the season. Not the best year for Lundqvist considering that's his resume, but he's getting older. It's understandable that you're starting to lose play. It's just how that works. The next season, 17-18, a little bit of a bounce back season for him. I'd consider this a bounce back. 63 games played, 26 wins, 26 overtime shootout losses, regulation losses, 7 overtime shootout losses, 2.98 goals against average, 915 save percentage. So he gets a little bit better. Gets a little bit better, but they don't make the playoffs that year either. Yeah, next season, it's his second last season in the league. 18-19, 52 games played, 18 wins, 35 losses, 10 overtime shootout losses. That's supposed to be a 3. 3.07 goals against average, 907 save percentage. First time in his career where he's never got a shutout. That was that year. He never got a shutout that year. His next season, which turned out to be his last season, the pandemic shortened season, 1920, 30 games played, 10 wins, 12 losses, 3 overtime or shootout losses, 3.16 goals against average, 905 save percentage, a single shutout. Pandemic shortens its season. I'll skip ahead to the playoffs for this one. His last game in the playoffs. He played 2 games played, lost both their games against Carolina in the play-in round. 3.52 goals against average, 901 save percentage. It was the last hurrah for Henrik Lundqvist, as it turned out to be. He was later bought out of the final year of his contract, signed with the Washington Capitals for the previous season that we just had. Now we're into the new season. I made this video very late. Don't worry about it. He signed with the Washington Capitals. He didn't get to play because he has a heart issue, and because of COVID, he didn't want to risk it. And it turned out he had this issue his entire career. So, yeah, and now it became a concern to him because of COVID, which is understandable. And he didn't play. He was an LTIR for the entire year, and he retired. He tried to come back, couldn't work out. He retired. Simple as that. Fantastic career. First ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. It's a shame he didn't win the Cup in 2014. It's a genuine shame. The only time he's been to the finals. He's been to the conference finals 3 or 4 times, including that time. Yeah. Fantastic player. Best, for my money, the best New York Ranger to ever play the game. Certainly the best Ranger I've ever seen play. I adored Henrik Lundqvist as a Habs fan, as I have fan now. Even though I have a Rangers jersey, I have Rangers stuff here. Doesn't matter. Henrik Lundqvist. There's no name on this jersey. It's just blank. But if I were to put a name tag on this jersey, I'd put none other than Henrik Lundqvist. Can't give him any more praise than I have. Just amazing. He's as soon as he's eligible, he's getting to the Hall of Fame. He won the Vezina in 2011-2012 when he was just the best goalie on the planet. There's no doubt that he was the best that year. He won the World Cup of Hockey. He won 2012. He won the bronze. 2006 Olympics. He won gold, and 2014 Olympics he won silver. World Championships, 2017 gold. 2004 and 2005 he both got silver. So he has some international hardware as well. Not that he doesn't. Again, fantastic career for Henrik Lundqvist, and in the playoffs he was absolutely fantastic. Oh, I don't have his playoff totals. Yeah, I don't have the playoff totals at the end. I'll look that up quickly while it's there. So, yeah, in 05-06, 3 games played in the playoffs, 3 losses, 4.45 goals against average, 833 save percentage. Not so good. Next season, 10 games played, so made the second round, 6 wins, 4 losses, 2.07 goals against average, 924 save percentage, 1 shutout in those 6 games. Next season, 10 games played, 5-5 record, 2.57 goals against average, 909 save percentage, a single shutout in those playoffs. Anyways, sorry. The next season, out in the first round, 7-game series, 3 goals against average, 3.0 goals against average, 908 save percentage. He did get a shutout, but still out in the first round. Next season, they missed the playoffs, even though he had an incredible year. They missed the playoffs. That's that. Then, out in the first round in 5, 2.25 goals against average, 917 save percentage, 0 shutouts. Definitely not his fault that they lost. And it's very rare, especially late in his career, where you can consider in the playoffs. Oh yeah, that was his fault. He should have been better. Like, yeah, here, and here are the only playoffs where I consider maybe he could have been a little bit better. But it's just he's still a rookie and a sophomore. He's still young. His sophomore season, he made it. He was absolutely fantastic. But I'll move on. 2010, 2011. 20 games. I made the conference finals. That's right. 20 games played, 10-10 record, 1.85 goals against average, 931 save percentage, 3 shutouts. I could genuinely argue that is his best playoffs statistically. He went to the finals the 2 years after that. But it's hard to say that isn't one of his best. 2012, 2013, 12 games played, 5-7 record, 2.25 goals against average, 924 save percentage, 2 shutouts on the season. 2 shutouts in the playoffs in the season. Yeah, that's good enough. And that's that. The next season makes the Stanley Cup Finals. Loses to LA in 5. 25 games played, 13-11 record. 2.14 goals against average, 927 save percentage, a single shutout on the playoff run. Next season, they make it to the conference finals again. Lose to Tampa in 2015. 19 games played, 11-8 record, 2.11 goals against average, 928 save percentage, no shutouts, but absolutely fantastic. The next season, he plays 5 games played. I don't know, that's not a bad playoffs for him. 1-3 record, 4.39 goals against average, 867 save percentage. And he wasn't the best that year, but that's okay. And the next season, bounces back. 12 games played, 6-6 record in 2017. Made it to the second round. 2.22 goals against average, 927 save percentage with a single shutout. He missed the playoffs in 18 and 19. 2020, I've explained, that was his last games played as a Ranger, and so happened to be the last game played ever for Henrik Lundqvist against Carolina playoffs round. I watched that game the entirety, and it was a sad moment to realize that that was his last game without people actually really realizing it. That was his last season. So that's that. That is the illustrious and fantastically long career of Henrik Lundqvist. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, wait, never mind. No, hold on. Before I do that. So, for Henrik Lundqvist in the playoffs, I had to look it up on my phone. 130 games played in the playoffs, 61 wins, 67 losses, 2.3 goals against average, and 921 save percentage, 10 shutouts in his career. Absolutely fantastic in the playoffs. Game 7s, he was going to win them most of the time. Nothing but praise, like I said. And I guess that's the video. Nothing more to say. Nothing I can think of saying. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching this video. Please hit like and subscribe and hit the bell notifications so you never ever miss a new episode. Hope to see you all again very soon.